Okay, this is the squat with plate reach. What we do here is, first thing is we need to learn that position where we're going to stack our ribs over top of our pelvis. So I want you to think about your pelvis as a bowl of water. I want you to make sure that that water isn't spilling out the front or the back. So a slight pelvic tilt is all we need, where we're just slightly pulling our pelvis back up towards our ribs. Then from here, our ribs we want tucked on top of that pelvis and not open and flared through here, but we also don't want to be crunched through here either. So to find that position, we're using a plate. Again, with the pelvis exactly where we want it. I want you to reach that plate forward, and then I want you to pull your shoulder blades a little bit slightly forward along with it. So from here to here, I want you to think about rounding that upper back just slightly, but not losing height in your skeleton. An example of that would be coming out in front and then trying to round by doing this. We don't want that. We don't want that crunch in that upper back. We're just going to push out and then slight round without losing any height. That's going to be our push position. Now what we're going to do is we're going to combine that with a squat. So I get my pelvis position. I'm going to squat down as I push that plate out and coming back up. Okay? We're exhaling on the way down. Inhaling on the way back up. Nice and slow, initiating the squat at the knees. We don't want to turn this into too much of a hingy motion where we're initiating at the hips. So again, squatting straight down with the knees. Now we're also going to add in a yoga block or a ball, something between the legs that'll keep our knees in line with our toes, so nothing too big that our knees are coming flaring out past our toes, or too thin that we start to cave our knees in. Something that keeps our knees in the right length between our thighs. And we're going to do the same thing, keeping slight pressure, just a little bit of pressure into this block, not squeezing it too hard, just slight pressure. This is going to help buy us a little bit of an internal rotation into our hips. So same thing from here. We're going to exhale on the way down. Inhale on the way back up, nice and slow. And we're working on developing that internal rotation at the hips through this motion as we breathe, and we're opening up our back as well. Good. Now another progression from here is we can take the bench away, and we're just going to squat down to 90 degrees and then slowly come back up. And a regression to help make this a little bit easier, if you're having trouble staying upright in the squat, where we maybe have to round or hinge forward, is we'll just elevate the heels with either a plate or some heel wedges. Give it a shot.